Man in Black.
Just 31st and so greatest musician to ever come from this region.
To come from this region.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I now let me to know.
It's the greatest to come from this region.
And today, in Ghana, now in this region, as well, let me to the
African and Campesame country.
And in the back, the reality started this region, then there's a one limit to the crowd. One the greatest to come from the crew.
So it's a black man.
Yeah, our Yasama will be saying Aquavia no Wari Gibina Eja or in the coffee. The Omushia Aquana S Nanga Aquana Baba can't be a shady again. No, she no say now no Wari Gaya or no Dow Jonesy or say she or Dow Jones. Media names or Jones or Hanamo by it. You must have that you cannot do.
Oh, far.
Brandy, over here.
Oh, far.
Over here.
This song got stop till I
Prof Michael off. Who is it? Hanum de.
From my fire burning.
Guys, rise and shine on the big wine. But I hope you are doing well. I hope
is it a tune? Oh, Kobna has a song like that, and I'm and
it's a more edited.
That be no, but as my cousin one.
No, for sure, it's too early. International Kobna what is a me boss and you know pada? That's the whole thing. They want to mean Casa.
I know Cassivity and Nanyaji part because I say no pain.
One of my lawyer friends so I didn't push him. Oh, chair, I didn't Macano. Who's the Macano? Not the Maladies like it to mommy. Yeah.
Oh, and mathematics.
I'm for feeling. I know Francois. Francois was Akumaka, so I know Francois. I mean, he was Ashanti regional organizer for
fashion.
Or the best master.
I know him, bro.
I mean, and none him say some of the oh, why? I don't know. Sadio Nema, Kojon Cancer Lowen. Lucy Nimabino. So I am Kensia.
Anyway, incoming Shatta Wale and then techno here on the big Y. Enjoy this. We get into our conversation shortly.
All I chase is my peace of mind. Get some things that I don't subscribe. Back from time for a long time. For a long time. I know they can see me coming from afar, fire burning. Remember when you did do me conning? Long enough I've been running. Tell the man make them give me space. So me gun bust fire blaze. So cause we don't see rainy days. So long enough we've been running. Shooting gates. So
YFM.
Oh Lord, we not feeling later. Only dollar and the pounds to the chase. I know they can see me coming from afar, fire burning. Remember when you do me funny? Long enough I've been running. Tell the man make them give me space. So me gun bust fire blaze. Cause we don't see rainy days. So long enough I've been running. I know they can see me coming. Me gun bust fire blaze.
Many things I know fit ya.
Cause we don't see rainy days.
Never think I forget. All I want is my peace of mind. Get some things that I don't subscribe. But from time for a long, long time. I know,
let me remind you that the Eclipse Collateral Management says if you hold that property with the documents seated in your office, gathering desk, collecting desk, you are losing out because there's an opportunity for you to make money. Yeah, you can make money with those documents. Talk to us. Let's make money for you. For those individuals and businesses who are also seeking to get some collateral solutions for your business, talk to us at Eclipse Collateral. Let's make it work for you. We need to make sure that your business thrives and thrives well. Every move we make is backed by a rigorous credit appraisal process, so you are definitely having the best experience with us. Find us at Adenta Barrier near Medimoses Hospital, just beside the West African Senior High School, or call 054-383-2466. At Eclipse Collateral Management, for property owners, we say think safety, earn decent income, and for businesses, we say think funding before projects. A live bathing soap is what you need. It gives you the best bathing experience. It leaves you feeling refreshed and invigorated after every bath. It's moisturizing and it keeps your skin smooth and nourished. You can choose from aloe vera, coconut, rose, or the lemon variant for a scent that suits your mood. It's very affordable, high quality, and perfect for everyday use. Grab an Alive soap today from any shop near you and feel the difference. Alive soap, feel fresh, feel alive. To my CCC faithfuls and to everyone out there who loves theater and loves movies, as part of CCC Family Month, the Calvary Charismatic Center CCC in partnership with Roverman Productions presents Love on the Ropes. Yes, it's an original Uncle Ebohai play live in Kumasi at the CCC Auditorium Aija. Date is the 31st of August 2025. That's going to be a Sunday, and time is 6 p.m. sharp, and you don't want to miss this one. Right, it's a cool 100 Ghana City flat for church members who buy our church side before the 31st of August, and 150 Ghana Cities for non-church members. Tickets are currently available at Opoku Trading, in the Doom Kingdom Books, KNEST, Continental Supermarket, ADRC, CCC, Aija, YFM here at Hojon Shire. So time to grab your ticket now. For any further information, please do well to call 054-7640-110. Love on the Ropes, an original Ebo White play. See you there, 31st. That's how it happens. Well, let's get into our conversations for the day. Let me start off. For the past few days, the entertainment space has actually been hijacked by Shatta Wale. There's been so many things happening from one angle to the other. Initially, it had to do with MOG saying Shatta Wale had sold his rights to another company without informing him, and again didn't give him any benefits that accrued him or were due him. Then there was this conversation about EOCO and Shatta Wale as well. Had to be detained.
I know they can see.
Bail conditions were set to 10 million Ghana cedis and 2 sureties. The next day, the team or the legal representation sought for a variation of the bail terms. Eventually was reduced to 5 million Ghana cedis. Eventually was granted bail and released. So this morning, we're going to look at that. But before that, let me get to Mr. Bones. I mean, the week has been more of Shatta Wale. I don't know how you want to start it.
Yes, these things, once again, let me say good morning to you, wonderful listeners of YFM, and for they making time to be with us today as well. And I know very well that these were some of the things that we were expecting this week, because some of us, if you want to call us prophets, we saw these things coming. And you know very well that with the issue of Shatta Wale and EOCO, somebody will say that it was Shatta Wale who actually opened the Pandora box, because of, when this whole thing started, and EOCO went in as the conversation has already been known that in May was when this whole thing was picked up. By the letter that was issued by EOCO tells us that, I mean, there's been some conversations here and there. There's been other things that have been going on in the background. So somewhere last month and in August, where these things actually started coming up. Now, we've always been saying that there should be, and if there isn't, I know that some of these things are not just for the cameras. I am saying not just for the cameras because we need to understand that one, Shatta Wale has his downside, but the fact that he has gotten some deep love from the street. The boys love him. That is just organic, and we all know that. Now, let us also understand that the Economic and Organized Crime Office, which is actually established by Act 210, Act 804, is also a specialized agent which is to monitor and investigate economic and organized crime on the authority of the Attorney General as well.
Mr. Bones, hold on there for me. Let me get onto the phone lines. I want us to have a conversation this morning. I'm pretty sure from the look of things, all that has been happening throughout the week has been Shatta Wale here, Shatta Wale there. Eventually, bill set 10 million Ghana cedis and then 2 sureties. Eventually, there was a variation of the bail conditions to 5 million Ghana cedis, 2 sureties, which he met yesterday and has since been released by EOCO. I want to get onto the phone lines and speak to lawyer Dennis this morning on the show so that we have a conversation about bail and what bail exactly is. So, lawyer Dennis Oponwiafe is one of my lecturers and has always been very supportive. He is with Obey Menu Law Firm here in Kumasi. Counsel, good morning and thanks for joining me on YFM.
Good morning, Rai.
I trust you are doing very well.
I'm doing well.
We thank God. This morning, my panel has been talking about Akoshe Mana to free mommy and all that. It took me to one of those, classes and all that when the marker decides not to work.
yeah.
I'm sure Council gets that, but that's fine. I mean, this morning we are looking at bail. There's been so much about bail. People have said, hey, Shatta Wale has been granted 10 million Ghana cedis bail. Can he afford that money? Can he get that money to pay so that he's freed and all that? We want to understand what at all is bail for the ordinary Ghanaian. What is bail?
Very well, right. Good morning and good morning to your listeners. Let me first clarify this. I think you mentioned that I'm one of your lecturers. I believe I'm your personal lecturer.
Exactly.
I'm not a lecturer yet.
Exactly.
So I don't want any impersonation nowadays. I'm your personal lecturer.
Yes.
A lecturer general.
Yes.
All right. So that's just by the way. There is this. I think bail is one of the areas that the public generally need to be given education on. And it's very important that you are discussing that concept this morning with your listeners. So you see, under the 1992 Constitution of Ghana, every person is guaranteed his personal liberty, and that personal liberty generally should not be contravened or interfered with. But the Constitution itself has provided or given instances where your personal liberty may be interfered with or may be trampled upon. The Constitution permits that. Now, one of those instances is where you have been suspected of having committed a criminal offense. So, if you have been suspected of having committed a criminal offense, then one or the other, your personal liberty may be curtailed. Now, if it is curtailed, it does not mean that it should be absolutely done, because your fundamental right are always protected. So, the law itself has also given instances where if you have been suspected of having committed a criminal offense, your personal liberty, even though curtailed, they must try and release you. And it's that concept of releasing you that we call the bail. So your personal liberty is generally guaranteed, but when you are suspected of having committed a criminal offense, where they are investigating the matter or they are arraigning you before a court or you have been convicted, there is still a way of granting you liberty pending that investigation or determination of whether you have committed the offense. And it's that concept that is called bail. So bail, in a simple terms, is the means by which a suspect is released from custody pending investigation, or an accused person is released from custody pending trial, or a convict is released from custody pending appeal.
Okay.
So you see, we have different stages of the criminal procedure. If you have been suspected of having committed a criminal offense and they are doing investigation, you are just a suspect.
Yeah.
So if you are a suspect, there are different rules that apply to how you should be granted bail, how you should be released. If after the investigation they come to the realization that you might have committed this criminal offense, then they charge you. When they charge you, they put you before a court, you are an accused person. That one is a court that will decide the part to grant you bail. If during the trial the court also convicts you and you want to appeal, right? When you are also challenging your conviction in the appellate courts, the rules also permit that you may apply to the court for bail. So in that case, you'll be a convict. So there are different stages.
So
bail could be applied by a suspect. Bail could be applied by an accused person. Bail could be applied for by a convict.
Now, this tells me there are levels to the bills, like you said. When you're a suspect, when you are accused, when you've been convicted and you're about to be sentenced, you could actually apply for bail. Now,
so if you have been convicted and sentenced and you are appealing against either the conviction and or the sentence, you can apply for bail.
Okay. Now,
so you won't apply for bail after your conviction just immediately like that. You may apply for bail if you are convicted. In Ghana, it doesn't take much time to be sentenced. Sometimes they can sentence you the same day. So if you are challenging your conviction or sentence on appeal, then you can apply for bail.
Okay. Now, with all these said, are there certain conditions that must be met before bail is given? Do the courts look at certain things before they grant bail? Like maybe, you're a popular person, so we need to grant you a bail because unjane unko baby and I say uska. Do they look at certain things before they grant a bail?
Okay, so before I come into the courts aspect, let me first deal with the law enforcement agencies granting bail to suspects. Then we come into the courts. You see, I told you there are stages.
Yes.
So if you take a suspect who is being investigated either by the police, either by OSP, either by EOCO, right? You see, when you have been arrested, all these persons have the power to arrest. So if you look at the police under Act 30, they have the power to effect arrest. If you look at EOCO, Section 18 of the Act, EOCO's Act has given them power of the police. So the power that police officers have to effect arrest, EOCO will have the same thing. OSP too, under Section 28 of their Act, they are giving powers which is similar to the powers of the police. So they can also effect arrest during the investigation.
Okay.
Now, when they effect the arrest, the Constitution is saying that because the suspect, you have not charged the person yet. The person is a mere suspect. That you are making investigation in respect of a particular suspected offense. So that suspect must be released, right? If you have not sent the person to court within 48 hours. So what it means is that the law or the Constitution gives you a leeway for about 48 hours to do whatever investigation or inquiries you want to do in respect of the suspected offense. Now, if within 48 hours after the person was arrested, you don't put the person before a court, then you must release the person being a suspect. Now, releasing the person being the suspect, what it means is that you may because you are doing investigation, you might still need the person back. So what will suggest or protect or ensure that the person appears before the court is where you give some conditions. Now, with the suspect or with the bail condition, it can be what we call self-recognizance bail, where the suspect himself will post bail, will promise to sign a bond or guarantee that guarantee his appearance when next time he's being summoned, or a third party will come and sign the bail bond on his behalf. That's what we call the surety. Now the authority supervising or regulating the bail like EOCO or the police may have the power to grant certain conditions, and these conditions are just to ensure that you will not abscond, because if you abscond, the consequences will be that then whatever bail that you were granted, the bond will be forfeited, and you may be asked to, if it's money, you may be asked to pay. Do you understand it?
Yeah.
So in those conditions which are set, it's just to ensure that you don't abscond, and the monies which are ordered to be paid are not required to be deposited. You pay those money on condition that you don't appear, or on the condition that the surety who guaranteed your appearance is not able to produce you before the authority doing the investigation, or is not able to show cause why you shouldn't be made to pay the money. So the monies are not paid outright.
Okay, so it means that when they set 100 million cedis, I mean that's the bill condition they said. You don't need to go bring that money to them before you are liberated or you are granted bail.
Okay, so in other jurisdictions, in some other countries, under their legal system, when they indicate that your bail bond is this amount of money, they sometimes request that you pay a percentage of it in court.
Okay.
And if you read our 30, it appears there is that discretion to our court to do that. Just that in Ghana, they don't exercise that discretion. All that they indicate is that this is the bail bond, and they don't require the payment to be made. So the general concept we know in Ghana is that when they set the bond, the amount is not actually required to be paid.
Okay.
Now, let me also explain the concept here. The reason why they also include property as a justification is that when the person who is coming to post the bill, let's say the amount is 20,000 Ghana cedis, or 10,000 Ghana cedis, or 1 million Ghana cedis, the traditional concept in Criminal Procedure Act was that if you are unable to produce the suspect or the accused person in the time that he's needed, and unable to show cause why you shouldn't be made to pay the bond, then you have to pay the money that was stated, the bill sum. If you are not able to pay the bill sum, then our courts under section 104 subsection 4 of Act 30 then had the power to sign a warrant which will commit you to prison for a term of imprisonment no more than 6 months. So the old position was that if you are not able to pay the money as a guarantor or as a surety, and you are not able to produce the person, then you may be sentenced to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 6 months. Then this law appeared before the Supreme Court for interrogation by a case. Then the Supreme Court said that the bail bond that you are made to sign is a contract, and if you are not able to fulfill your part of the contract, it's just a breach of contract. It's civil, it's not criminal. So convicting you to prison is a criminal. It's unlawful. It's unjustifiable based on our constitution. So because of that, now what our courts do is that if we say that your bail bond is 10,000, then bring a property that will justify you having that value or assets, so that in case you are not able to produce the accused and the bail is forfeited, and you are not able to bring that cash, then they can fall on the property that was used as a justification to pay that amount of money. Do you get the concept?
Yeah.
So the justification now are just in lieu of if you are not able to bring the cash.
Okay.
At the time you are required to bring the cash, then they fall on the property.
Oh, okay. Now, having understood this and the fact that you made mention that the personal liberties of people are guaranteed in the Constitution, they are supposed to be granted bail within 48 hours or put before a court and all that, can these institutions also deny a person bail?
Okay, so it appears, let me start from generally before 2016, right, there were certain offenses in our activity, that's in our laws in Ghana, let me put it that way, which the law said that no bail should be granted in respect of those offenses. Then after 5th May 2016, the Supreme Court indicated that that law is unlawful. So what it suggested was that all offenses could be bailable. It means that you may get bail in respect of all offenses in Ghana. That notwithstanding, there is a discretion in the grant or refusal of bail. But let me say this, when it comes to the law enforcement agencies like EOCO, OSP, and the police, because this is guaranteed by the Constitution, and the Constitution said you must, if you don't bring the person before a court within 48 hours, release the person. It appears for the law enforcement agencies they may not have discretion, because the Constitution says you must bring the person before the court within 48 hours. If you don't, then release the person. So it appears yes is mandatory. But just that they have the discretion to impose conditions. If you are unable to fulfill the condition, then it means that they have granted you bail, and it's you who have not been able to fulfill the condition. You are not going home.
Oh,
do you get the concept?
Yeah.
So if they want to one way or the other suggest that I don't want to say mafia you, but if they want to just show you that they don't want to release you, they can make the conditions very stringent to the extent that you may not be able to meet the conditions and you are there. So they have satisfied their constitutional requirement by granting you bail within the rule that the law prescribes. But if you are not able to meet the conditions, then it's not as if they have not granted you bail. It's you who has failed to meet the condition. That's why you are still in custody.
Oh, so that's why
it comes to the courts. Section 96 of Act 30 has given the court discretion. Because if you read the law, it says if a person appears before a court, the court may grant the person bail. So notwithstanding that all offences have been made bailable, courts have been given discretion to grant or refuse bail. But the discretion is exercised on condition. The laws have set measures that they consider to exercise their discretion.
Okay.
You understand that? Because the Constitution itself provides for how discretionary powers are to be exercised. So in granting bail, the law has given conditions the court may consider in granting or refusing bail.
Lawyer, can you share with us some of these conditions, maybe just a few?
Very well. So the main condition, let me put it this way. You see, we have the courts. If it's a trial court, the conditions are different from if the court is an appellate court.
Okay.
So if you look at the issue about Patricia Asiedua, issue,
yeah,
when you apply for bail pending appeal, the conditions the court considered were different from if you are being granted bail whilst you are an accused person before the court. So you see, he was granted bail during the trial, but when he was convicted and applied for bail pending appeal, he was refused.
Yeah. So
there are different grounds which applies for bail pending trial and different grounds which apply for bail pending appeal. So the grounds which applies for bail pending trial, the main ground is, would you appear to stand trial? That's what the court will look at. Would you appear to stand trial?
Yeah, that's if you not abscond when we give you the bail.
That's the main factor the court looks at, whether you appear to stand trial.
Okay.
The court also look at if you grant you bail, are you likely to interfere with investigation or evidence that they may use? So if you are likely to interfere with investigation or evidence, then it's very possible that the court will refuse you bail.
Okay. The
court may also refuse you bail if, assuming you committed that particular offense whilst you were on bail. Initially you were granted bail in respect of a particular offense. After granting you bail, you committed another offense whilst on bail. In those conditions, the court can refuse you bail. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Now, there are other factors that the court may also consider in granting or refusing bail. Sometimes, to protect your own liberty or your security as an accused person, the court may refuse you bail. Your own security as an accused person, the court may refuse you bail. The court may also grant you bail if it's on health grounds. The court may also grant you bail if the trial itself has unreasonably delayed. So there are factors the court will look at. These are some of the grounds the court will look at in granting bail. Now, to determine whether you appear to stand trial, that one to the court has factors they look at. The court look at the nature of the accusation against you, the severity of the punishment, the nature of overwhelming evidence, nature of evidence available, whether you have a fixed place of abode, whether your sureties are independent and of substantial means. The court look at all these factors when granting or refusing bail. And interesting too, the court may weigh your personal liberty as against the court will weigh your personal liberty as against the interest of the public at large. So if it's in the public interest to refuse you bail, the courts may refuse you bail. Another interesting factor the courts may also based on to refuse bail is if granting bail will affect the confidence the public has in the justice delivery system. Sometimes, interestingly, in our public domain, they believe that if bail is granted, it means that the accused person is free. So when a person is being put before a court, they find exuberance, or they get to find a satisfaction if the person is in custody. But if they hear that the judge or the court has granted that person, they believe that, or they think that the case has ended. So they lose confidence in the justice delivery system. So there are, in some cases, that you may have very sensitive cases which the public has interest in. The accused person may meet all the bail conditions as the law prescribes, but the court will still refuse bail. If in doing so, it will protect the confidence of the public may have in the justice delivery system.
Interesting.
So it's very interesting.
Yeah, and I'm grateful for all this input or this knowledge you are sharing with us, because I'm sure for a lot of people these are things that never crossed our mind, but you are a professional, you are trained to know some of these. That was going to be my final question though, asking if somebody is granted bail, what does that mean? Does it mean that's the end of the case and that the person is free to go, or there are certain things to follow from that?
Okay, so if you are granted bail, for example, as a suspect, right, it means that it's pending investigation. We are securing your liberty. You go home. Anytime we need you, pending the investigation, we will call you. So there are instances where you may be granted bail pending investigation. Then they summon you later. When they summon you later and you come back to the law enforcement agency and they charge you, after they charge you, they can effect another arrest and put you before a court. So while they charge you and they are taking you to court, they may decide to withdraw the bail that they granted you and take you straight to court. So it could be an investigation. You can be a suspect and they can grant you bail pending your investigation. Now when they charge you for the offense whilst you are in their custody, then they cannot take you before a court directly. And when you go to the court may remand you or may grant you bail. So if you are a suspect and you have been granted bail, it doesn't mean the case has come to an end. They can always call you back. When after the investigation they believe you should be charged, then they charge you. When they charge you, they can grant you bail and say go home, tomorrow come to court, or be in our custody, tomorrow you are taken to court. So that is in respect of suspects. If it's in respect of an accused person where the court grants you bail, if the court grants you bail, they have granted you bail on the basis that you be coming to court from home, not from the prison custody or the police custody. So anytime the case is called in court, you must appear. The interesting thing is that for criminal cases, if a case is called and you don't appear to stand trial and there's no justification for you not standing before the court for the trial, they can issue a bench warrant for your arrest. So it's very interesting. They can issue a bench warrant for your arrest, and if you are arrested and you come to the court and you are not able to justify why you didn't come to the court previous date, your bail can be withdrawn and you'll be put in custody.
Wow.
So when you are granted bail, it's not as if the case has come to an end, as I said, right? It's only securing your liberty pending the investigation or pending the trial.
Interesting input here. I know my listeners may have a lot of questions. As and when those questions come in later, we might share them with you. But I think Mula has a quick one before we go. One of my panel has a quick question, so if you could take that from.
Well, a quick one. I think this question has been on the mind of a lot of people out there. I think the case is linked to a car that he bought. Now we want to find out, can they just say that you bought a stolen car, we have taken it, so once we've taken it, let's just assume that the case is just one. It's pertaining to the car, the Lamborghini Urus that he bought. Can they just say that you take the car and then you walk away? Go and get your refund from the person you bought the car from.
They will seize the car.
I think I was trying to ask you a question. Counsel, can you please ask the question again?
Law enforcement agency can seize the car and ask the person to just go.
That's what I'm asking, please.
Oh, okay. So in respect of criminal proceedings, right? Let me put it this way: if the suspect or the accused person admits that, okay, I've admitted this is a property that was obtained by a crime, If you look at the EOCO Act and also the ACAGE, the Criminal Offences Act, OSP, EOCO, and the police are given power to seize properties pending investigation. So they can confiscate the property pending investigation. Aside seizing the property pending investigation, if they also do further investigation and realize that, as a matter of fact, this property was obtained by a criminal offense, then they can completely confiscate it, which it means that it will be taken from your custody. You may not have lawful possession of it because you obtained that property by a crime or by a criminal offense. So the law enforcement agencies have the power to seize properties that they are able to justify or conclude that it was obtained by a criminal offense. Now, that notwithstanding, if they confiscate the property and you believe that they have not done so lawfully, the one who is the owner of the property can apply to the court for the court to interrogate the issues. That's if the matter is not ready before a court, to interrogate the issues, whether or not the seizure or the confiscation is lawful or unlawful. Now, in respect of certain cases too, before it appears before the court, the parties can also settle. So if assuming a settlement issue, you can say that, okay, you know what, you are saying it was obtained by a crime. I didn't know about that. Maybe I bought it thinking that it was lawfully obtained. I don't want any criminal trial. I don't want any prosecution. Let's settle it. Take the car, let me go. So they can find a way of settling issues like this. If they still want to interrogate the issues and they are lawfully confiscated, and Shatta believes that it has been unlawfully done, it can apply to the court for the court to interrogate the issues. If the court interrogate the issues and it comes to the conclusion that the property was unlawfully confiscated or seized, the court can make an order that it should be released to the rightful owner.
Interesting. Counsel, thank you very much for all the knowledge you share with us this morning. Really appreciate it. All right, guys. So there you have it here on Y102.5 FM. Conversation with lawyer Dennis. That is Dennis Oponwiafe. He is with Obey Menu Law Firm here at NCIS. So sharing all this knowledge with us for free this morning. And I'm sure that will help us with our conversation here on YFM. So for those who are thinking, it's just for our own good. You as a citizen, the forms of bail are available to you, and what is required of you, and all that's required of the law investigative bodies as well. So we're going to look at that and get into the conversation right after this.
To us, power is a promise, long-lasting, dependable, ready when you are. Welcome to Battery Planet Ghana Limited, authorized distributor for Bosch products and LifeGuard Power backup solutions made in India. At Battery Planet Ghana Limited, we sell Bosch products like automotive batteries, spark plugs, filters, power tools, batteries for cars, trucks, and wiper blades. Available are LifeGuard solar batteries, gel batteries, and tubular batteries. We have LifeGuard hybrid inverters, UPS for solar system and power backup, Lucas brand safety boots from UK. All products sold are 100% original and guaranteed. Offering free car battery installation and checkup. We provide doorstep services. Locators in Accra, Tema, and Takrady. Find Battery Planet Ghana Limited at Ahojo Runabout, Malcolm Road, opposite the Senate Bank, next to Chicken Man. Calls on 055-078-4142.
If home is where the heart is, then let's go home, shall we? Let's go where the entertainment is, where the passion is, where the laughter is, and sometimes even the tears too. Let's go where we feel safe enough to share our opinions
and send tweets,
where we do that embarrassing little dance to our favorite song. Let's go home where the love, the care, and the joy live.
There's no place like home. Connect your home to super fast internet with affordable data bundles from MTN Home. Visit broadband.mtn.com.ga or your My MTN app to sign up today. Everywhere you go.
Gino Magic Pepe on a tomato mix. Gino Magic Pepe.
New Gino Magic Pepe and onion. It's a delicious blend of tomato, pepper and onion. That means no grinding, no blending. Super Nedian no abe. And everyone loves it too. And Kwaniya Dankasa.
This jollof eat the go on.
Mommy, I want more food. Me too.
Make delicious meals in no time with the new Gino Magic Pepper and Onion. The magic that brings them home. This advert is FDA approved.
Ryan Quay, would you decline? Not me enjoying very quick if you hack a crack. Show wallpapers, any curtain blinds are, or dear design in the hall and in the rooms. Wash a shack designer while you're from home. Ne fair.
I know yet 3D epoxy design. Okay, Miss Row, baby, free Alaska Star Enterprise. Wallpapers, window blinds, different colors and sizes. Over more than 350 different designs. Or designer as a 3D, 5D, any 8D moral designs in Ghana, Alaska pet, or a man for Timiko to do a part on for chemical said dear treatment, eco seed designs. Now, Joshua, say as I see a meton, then show us you. Make as a clay bisa. It's not a time. Never saying, me friend Alaska Star Enterprise, and I'm the chemical, a bit treaty, edit 3D epoxy, and wallpapers, a bit design. I had my 50, and then I'm so crowded woman more. I come to go for guess you. One more hypothesis. Alaska Star Enterprise. Oh, Kumasiadum. Prudential Plaza opposite to Akranso, Tiptoe Lane, opposite Circle Mall, and Wakaishi, and let's come to Danamu. A Benny MTTD. Fra 0200 281 080 and 0248 315 258.
Agriculture is for everyone, and I dream of the day that everyone will have an agriculture, vocational, or technical story to share. My name is Araba Kumsin, and I welcome you to Ghana Grows Ejuma.
Join Araba Kumsing on YFM 102.5 every Monday at 8:30 a.m. for the Ghana Grows Ejuma broadcast. Don't miss Ghana Grows Ejuma broadcast on TV3 at 5:45 p.m. every Sunday evening. For more information on how to register for the Ghana Grows program, call the Springboard call center on 030-8255-775 or visit Springboard Zone or Ghana Grows on social media.
Ghana Grows Ejuma is brought to you by MasterCard Foundation in partnership with the Springboard Roadshow Foundation.
Let's go. So check na your original fried rice. What's that feeling? And your fried rice in wow. The feeling. And no one will be up there. And until you check city aba. Check it down, yo. Check fried rice. Check jollof. Oh, Jack it in the bustle. Check city. And I'm so here now. Some sweet fried plantain. Complimentary. Biryani and bowl salad on one side. Delicious way. Check city. Every day, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Check City, EOCO University, opposite the Ajedias Market. Delivery service for honor. When the corner near Nampaso Express. Train stays here. A 0500-598569 and that's 0544-885921. Check fried rice. Check jollof. Check City. Looks good. Even tastes better. Once you're here, and you feeling no. You can't say kutu. Are you one who say bam? And Danny, all sacrum, a anniversary, a son come at one. We're celebrating authentic Ghanaian dishes. I said in the Diani baby, fufu, banku, mutu, and now we face you all. Diani baby, just said Diani will bring a son come at one. Malaria Sunday, 14th September. Venue, a Greenwood Event Center. Girls the Guys Nation. Into a proper chilling. Live DJs are jamming. We're dancing. Exciting games. Surprises. Asankamudia. Saying you know, we needed that. It is more than just food. It is a whole vibe. All synchron. Asankamu at one.
The luckiest. Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere for everyone. luckiest. Ooh, the luckiest. Luck is everywhere for everyone. Yeah, the luckiest. Luck is everywhere. We love it with our money, we love it with our money, yeah. Where we go find out, nothing a quarter, because the phone million. That's what we want to work from 1 city to 5 years. Reach it to your family, stay. Your mother, sister, that is the way. That's everyone to hush, that's everyone to hush. You go give me the luckiest, go give her to the luckiest. From not the devil, she be luckiest. Yeah, you go give me luckiest. No matter what you're lucky, everybody go be that luckiest. Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah. Luck is everywhere,
Money is life, money they be. No matter the weather, me and you are the need. Come by the stick, comes to the money. When you get down into physical, abaki. My yeduma, yeah, we are the luckiest. Luck is everywhere.
Star 712 hash. Stand the chance.
The luckiest. Buy tickets for yourself and your loved one.
The luckiest, bunkers, friends. Luck is everywhere,
For everyone, yeah.
the luckiest,
Yeduma, yeah, we are the
the luckiest.
luck is everywhere. What do you do? When you need some money? You go free hustle, you go bread, but you need some luck today. Just dial star 712 hash. They play again and they know. Buy for your mom, buy for your papa, buy for your brother and your sister and your crew. From 1 city to 5K, you don't need much, not much today. Just dial star 712 hash. Luckyasgold3.com. Play the game, play the luckiest. Oh, luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah. The luckiest. Oh, yeah.
Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah. Star 712 hash. Luck is everywhere, luck is everywhere. Oh, tell me, are you feeling lucky? Because I'm feeling lucky, because I'm feeling like the ultimate. That we go win, if I win, you win.
Check City, more than the taste, and you feeling. Check fried rice, check jollof. KNUST, opposite Ayediasa Market. Delivery 0500-598569. Check City.
And by nations, yes. Bobia Seti, Muntrebi, Nidia. Muntwami, Ewo de Garden, Ayediasi, Sisiadia, Weekend Bia. Garden Muwana Mididi, Meche Adam and Eve. Onia, Weye Asanka Experience. Yes, some point there. Nefu phoning cutting coin. A ben power, shaking, and now goat slice soup. Joe, in Quabia Ubibia. Ubenebi, Way Ayadia Sanka Experience. Who some coin near Bonium, Nessa to Ginem live on YFM. Oh, oh, your banku, in Kumakwa, Mako Yira Wabi, oh, Killa, Obedian Bessie, and now a mutual, Odi Pim, oh, the Golden, the Asanka Experience Echoes Weekend Beer, Saturday and Sunday, live from the Octopus Building, Ayediasi, Pies Junction. Right, so welcome back. We've had a very, very insightful conversation on what the laws are pertaining to bail, the conditions that must be met, and all there is to it. And big thanks once again to lawyer that's counseled Dennis Oponwiafe with Obimenu Law Firm. I'm sure he did a very good work, a fantastic work. And Eddie K says, and I thank you always educating us and not dealing with the issues using emotions. Of course, laws must always work. The law courts do not talk emotions. So more now, so when you're emotional, you be and I be a funny. No, it doesn't do with that. Anyway, let me get to my guest this morning. Mr. Bose is here, and of course, Mr. Sarimula is here. Shatta Wale eventually has been granted bail. I mean, prior to this, a couple of weeks ago, we spoke about the issues and all there is to it. Finally, he's been granted bail. I mean, lawyer makes us understand that being granted bail, especially as a suspect or being charged, is not the end of, the issues. What do you say?
I mean, when these whole conversations started, most of us were of the view that, Shatta needs to do the needful, and we advised on the premise of the little information that was made available to us, because we believe that whatever was happening, there was more to it than what Shatta was making people to believe out there. I mean, the runs on social media and other things that he subjected EOCO to, and probably trying to incite the general public or the SM family against EOCO, wasn't the best of approaches to me, because I believe that in as much as you may have huge following, you must also know that EOCO also has a mandate. And these things that they do is not just out of nothing. For all you know, we know we all read the charges to Hajia for real thing when it came out.
Yeah.
And it's all the dates that these things were being traced to, as far back as 2013.
Yeah.
So before anything comes up, there has been kind of investigation that has been going on all these while. So when the whole thing started and the social media thing was becoming a thing, trying to take everything to social media, just trying to and coming up with these flyers on the 13th we should meet and all that, to me I believe it wasn't something needed.
A portion of the statement actually indicated that, and like we said, we had advised that he keeps it because he might end up implicating himself. A portion of the statement released by EOCO suggested that he had claimed
that he
bought the car for $150,000. Eventually, when they asked him, he said he bought it from the street and that he bought it from one Zach, and he was only having conversations with this particular Zach on WhatsApp, and that he's even deleted the number. He can't even trace the Zach again.
And now EOCO also went on to say that the only receipt
in his possession
had
to do with this individual who's been imprisoned in America. This same individual that he had said he knew nothing about.
Kwame Amuah something.
Yeah, Kwame Amuah.
So
Kwame Amuah to the baby.
Kwame Amuah to the baby.
So last week we advised that they should manage communications in this area, develop a strategy and other things. But anyway, there is one thing that was happening that I wasn't so excited about, but I think
the assembly at the EOCO offices.
When the lawmakers actually takes the law into their hands, and now the street decides to replicate, are we going to say that they should leave these agencies to work? And I say, yeah, kind of thing.
Because he had members of parliament go sit on the floor at EOCO and all that. So if fans of an artist also choose to do the same thing,
who are we to blame? But these agencies are not just there for political reasons. That's why the last time I said that sometimes they want to politicize everything just to make a body like EOCO look probably as somebody who is there to attack them and make them look bad in the eyes of the general public, which is their following. So I love the fact that probably there has been some considerations elsewhere. There has been some conversations elsewhere that would lead to this information that somebody born ma okay need to also share na tare kakra kanyeza and can somebody born ma anti fans no omunya abotre the fans also omunya abotre because where we've gotten to know enya about fans any longer. What is in there, what is supposed to be done must be done, irrespective of whoever is involved. Let's make sure the law take its course, because all that we are doing is not just about an individual today, it's about posterity. It's about posterity. And looking at how things have been over the years and how some enterprises actually use musicians and other things to for fraudulent activities and all that, of which we have spoken about these things in the past.
Time and time again.
Please, a lot is going on, and the last time when I opened that Pandora box, people were saying that I snaked.
Well, people have said that Shatta Wale, obviously, maybe EOCO is seeking for some information from Shatta Wale.
Exactly. If not,
and can that be drawn? Can that be inferred from the fact that they asked him, okay, where did you buy it from? Who gave you the receipts to the car and all that? And he says, I bought it from one Zach on WhatsApp, and I can't really point to the Zach again because it was just a WhatsApp thing, and I've deleted it.
Anyway, that was a strategy
to prevent him from talking.
No, anyway, you see, when we mentioned that he should seek legal counsel, it's part of these legal, the counsel to also develop a strategy which the lawyer would assess the specifics of the case, including the nature of the fraudulent enterprise and the artist's level of involvement, and then the evidence against them as well. Then they can develop a legal strategy which might involve in cooperating with the investigation or preparing for a legal defense. So it's two. Is it that you are going to cooperate with them, give them the needed information? Because is it true that Shatta Wale paid $150,000 for it?
As it stands, it looks like he didn't pay for it,
because the document that you have in your possession has the name of the person that you said you didn't know. Fair enough. So I am just saying that these are strategies of which
it means we still have a bigger question to answer, which means that fans and those who are out there making a lot of noise, sorry to say, on social media and all that, they have to calm down.
You know what? I mean, when the lawyer was actually spoke to us this morning, he made it clear that the fact that you are given or granted a bail, it doesn't mean you are exonerated.
Yes.
Or you are
the case has been cancelled. Let's use normal English. Cancelled case.
I wouldn't sit here and allow cancel, but then of course maybe you want to say cancel as a case. You are
not acquitted and what discharged.
Yeah.
You are helping with the investigation, so
they can call you anytime.
So so I said that you are now cooperating or filing legal defense, of which I know that from what is coming up, there is no way.
According to all those things, he did a video and shared a feed with a few words. Listen.
I'm done is safe and I'm home now, and I just want to say a big thank you for supporting, and for being around me in times like this, because I needed you guys, the most, because you guys are the ones that hold me down. Once again, I want to say, a big thank you to everybody that has been in support of this. Shouts to Neo Original One Don, who has been a father to me too, and he's been very supportive too as well. To all the staff of EOCO, you guys have been wonderful. At least I came there, you guys really took me through that rightful processes that was needed. And I just want to say God bless you, and to Mr. Remonacha, I just want to tell you, I thank you so much for your understanding.
My baby, you know it. Top everything, you know it.
Alright, so that was Shatta Wale when he was granted bail yesterday, and he said thanks to Remonacha, the same Remonacha that he threw shots at. He said, hey, why John say who now you honor?
So anyway, I mean, these things are to tell, I mean, the fans there, the fans out there, when it comes to issues of fraud, when it comes to issues of crime, when it comes to issues of
issues of law, emotions and all that do not play.
You can't be too sentimental when it comes to law. I mean, we were actually saying off air that the law is the law.
The Chief Justice says that.
Yeah, the law is the law. So let's, these officers operate because they need information, and these things are tracing way back into time.
Let me get to Mr. Sarimula. And before that, let me read. My dad sends in a message this morning. He says, please convey my appreciation and thanks to the lawyer who you talked to. I've learned a lot. I wish such education does not end today. Mama is coming into a time and legal education. Yeah, so Council Dennis, thank you very much for the inside share. I mean, I've had several messages, people really appreciating the lessons and the knowledge that's being shared here. I know lawyers' time and easy, but once they make that time for us, we are really grateful. We consultation near the Mullah, you've also followed the conversation. Now, the most important thing is that Shatta has been granted bail. Going forward, what do you think should be his posture?
I think I said it the last time. Looking at the facts of the matter, it is something. He's part of something big. I mean, the bigger picture are already there.
I said he's been involved in something bigger.
Yes, bigger. And it seems to me, per the facts of the case, he's not the target.
That's what you're assuming.
That's what I am assuming, because we asked you to provide a receipt. I mean, I've purchased cars before. If I buy a car, definitely I'm going to make you write a receipt. A receipt is not chinchina trying. It has to be from your company.
No.
But it can be an undertaking.
Yes.
That
you are receiving.
Like there should be evidence to a certain purchase.
Selling a Lamborghini Urus 2019 model to Mr. Asare Bafo Mula. You do not have a receipt to that.
And they should
but you see, we
go ahead with the transfer, like the ownership of transfer.
Transfer of ownership.
See, we all buy things on the streets. We don't often take receipts for certain things. Wakoto phone, won't do receipts like wakoto. So some of these things it happens.
This is a Lamborghini we are talking about. A car worth $150,000.
Is that not the normal transactions that happen in our society?
Normal,
there by the roadside, you don't take money.
When
like you don't take receipts. Otimika chobiso chale tade we man no atama won't do receipt. Me hey. Me podcast don't have to free America. Ebedru ye no me toko si obi so na dipa na asedi abreme. Eba ye no receipts ni and I've not even taken them and all that. Until eba ne kai me wia.
Until you get to trouble where documents be a yan sign keke will take you through a lot now. All these things that we are talking about.
Me papa me class 1 a report card you know.
Yeah. There are some people that do not joke with documentation. So if you look at how he's presented the case and everything, I feel like I to say, I mean, this is something that I wasn't expecting from an artist. An artist, a lawyer or speed dial, you can talk to anyhow, any time that you want to. You don't make purchases for over $100,000 plus. You know, so. Rosa is it the same thing? Is it the same thing?
That's not been a subject of conversation. Not yet.
I understand, but until it comes on board, let's try as much as we can to get receipts for every single thing that we purchase out there.
So this is more like this should be an eye opener for us in our business transactions.
Now, you are calculating $150,000
to cedis. Now
it is
now
not
CD is $1 to CD is 11 cedis. So
it is not something that's
from the banks, interbank rate.
It's what?
11
bank rate.
Interbank rate, yeah. But on the street you get it like 13, 14.
You are using on the street too much today.
Also street now say how Abochi sells the dollar, and then how the banks also sell it.
Look, just like Mr. Bones rightly said, I think that Shatta Wale is not above the law, and if I have been on the edge before, and I know the mistakes that I have learned. So whatever we teach you out here, try as much as you can to write it down deep inside and try to use it. I feel back to my issue, he is part of something big and normal pay information be and everything. But then me they tell me besides our question of Lamborghini, so they were call no I free. A car that you do not have receipt. Me, the facts of the case.
Why do you implicate yourself?
The car is not for Shatta Wale.
And I make answer. Why do you implicate yourself in that? You know you didn't buy the thing, but you say you bought it.
No,
and you defend it so much that
because of which people? Because of the fans.
And because of your peers.
Why do you put yourself in trouble because of fans?
Yes, because I mean, Shatta Wale has always been posing to be the richest.
You know, people don't have money. Constantly, he's been reminding people, poor people.
So if he doesn't put a price to it, it means that all this while he has been driving a car which doesn't belong to him. Saving face at the expense of something that you know that could cost you all that you have.
Now, what for? Now look at the dangers of what he has done. Now he's not just being investigated for the car, but also tax evasion. It came up.
That's the issues of tax evasion.
Tax evasion came up, and
there was another.
There was another charge.
Well, as it stands, we don't know what the charges are. What is being charged?
Say right now we are talking on the streets now. The whole streets. No.
So what I'm saying is that I mean we have to be different.
Money laundering. Thank you. That's the word
we
that
have to be different. Per the statement that EOCO released weeks ago, it had to do with receiving or dishonestly receiving, which I talked about the other time.
You explain it.
Yes, dishonestly receiving and then proceeds of crime.
Yes.
Do you get it? So it's not like he was involved in the crime himself.
Yes.
But he has in his possession something that was acquired from
out of a
fraudulent business. Yeah. Do you get it? So that is where it is looking at. But per what he says eventually on social media, now that is making him complicit to some of the things.
Exactly that.
To trigger all these investigations.
Exactly, and now you put yourself in a more delicate situation as to what the realities are.
And now henceforth, Shatta is going to be a person of interest.
He's always been a person of interest.
He has always been a person of interest, but now it is more than it used to be.
Yeah, a lot of
because you've implicated yourself. Now, we are subject to investigation.
But you know, Shatta could have decided not to speak all throughout the process.
And last week, I'll say
No. I'm saying that
stop doing podcasts.
No. Apart from the podcast, I'm saying that even when EOCO called him, he could have decided to remain silent and not say anything at all, like throughout the process. It's his right.
He waited for the council to come. That's what he did.
Yes. Even when the council was there, he could have refused to talk, not say anything. No matter what question they ask him, he could have refused to speak.
Until how long?
Because the prosecution, when it has to do with criminal offenses, the prosecution will have to prove beyond reasonable doubt that yes, you are incriminated in this. And if they are not able to prove beyond reasonable doubt, you are free to go.
So that's
why when people say Ken Ofori-Atta should be brought to Ghana, he can be brought to Ghana and sit before OSP and not utter a single word. And no one to me in the industry, they would have to prove beyond reasonable doubt that yes, indeed, you are involved in this. There's evidence that prove beyond reasonable doubt. There shouldn't be a little doubt to whatever you raise.
But in Shatta's case, he doesn't have a receipt to the car he claimed that he bought. He bought the car for $150,000.
That's what I'm saying. He should have kept quiet.
Anything I see on that podcast, if he's a musician, he can do a podcast and all that. A musician in his prime, somebody who can release 15 songs in a matter of a month.
15 songs now. How?
No, I'm saying that he has a lot to offer. Because I think, sir, Obina Hespaguna say, look, you are the center of conversation around when it comes to entertainment. About 30 or 15 or 10% at a monthly of entertainment news around is centered on you. So that means NYDJMO shouting them are cashing out on you. Because when they post your story, when you post Shatta story, don't you make money of it?
Which money?
You make money of
Which
it.
Money?
YouTube.
I can open my back end for you.
They do the back end in the air. They be them. So the Shatta news brings you traction.
When you say that you make money off some of these things.
Hey, we'll be in the back.
No, you see me. I speak to facts. The point is, I do certain things. If it was about money, the kind of content I do, come in here.
Oh yeah, they say,
you know. So why would I sit back and do a whole education on that issue to do with this honestly receiving? How many people care about this honestly receiving? You can see how much has been made from that. From that particular video.
Oh, I'm saying.
No, hold on. What do you see?
$3.64.
How much? If you convert that, how much would that be?
That's by 11. Say no. Oh, and I say so. But what I'm saying is over the years. Over the years.
I don't know who Johnny.
Oh, over the years.
40 cities. Okay, into 40 cities. Now be data, me they upload the file.
I'm saying, say over the years, Shatta story attracted more fans.
Oh, I mean that one I agree. People use that for their.
I'm saying that a lot of people have cashed out on Shatta Wale's story. So somebody might have whispered into his ear, say, Unia, news war one time, yeah. Why don't you cash out from that?
Don't want to
and they advise but what you do, if you have listened to him before, what he does on his podcast, he doesn't have any content.
Oh, he has. Also, come on for some more candy. To say
you don't know where he's ending. So by the time I'll be just to make up for maybe at 10 minutes. YouTube say 10 minutes and so you have to make up for 10 minutes. But it has to take like 3 minutes. By the time you realize and you have put yourself in all this kind of mess. Now you are fighting. You should be concentrating on you've taken money from an OSP or somebody purchased your album. Now the album has been taken out from Apple Music because of production issues. Shatta Wale's priorities should have been on that because what cash out? Maybe a process of this now the scanner now the Rolls Royce now them. Now are you going to refund their money back to them? You as an artist, you need the mindset to concentrate on music. What you do best, what you call yourself a hardworking man. And it's that is should be the center of attraction at all times.
So you think you should avoid certain things, focus on music.
He should let people write news about him. He should be invited to podcasts. Uncle making news in as he has always been doing. He should stop doing podcasts.
He should stop doing podcasts. I have a message coming in from Kojo.
Before you bury yourself.
Kojo is asking some questions, and I think there's been some misinformation out there about EOCO returning the car to Shatta Wale. EOCO has not returned the car to Shatta Wale.
But he came to say that the car has been returned.
No, he's not said that.
Why never kind? Was it his team?
I saw Asasi Radio posted on Facebook, and they posted an old video saying that the car had been returned, and a lot of media houses picked that up.
There's no tweet of him saying that the car is back.
No.
Oh.
So the car has not been returned to Shatta Wale because the car is the bone of contention.
Yeah.
So the car has not been returned to Shatta Wale. So for anyone out there saying the car has been returned to him, that is false. The car has not been returned to him. So Kojo, I don't know if I've actually answered your question as to why they returned the car. The car has not been returned to him. It's still in the possession of EOCO. And then again, let's not forget, like we said, he's been granted bail. That does not mean he's been acquitted and discharged. That's a different thing altogether. I'm sure there are a lot of things people want to share with us this morning. A lot of people who want to share their opinions on the issues that are happening here. I would activate the phone lines shortly, but before that, let me remind you that Adam's Kitchen says we've got a lot for you to enjoy. Good meals anytime, anywhere. Just come to us. Jollof fries, fried rice. We are located. We have several branches actually. You can find us at Atasumanso in the Buakwa. You can come to our premises at Tanoso Amstead Campus, KNST Ayediasi Gate. We have one branch at Tafu 4 miles. You can also come to us at Apachapa Station, Poku Chrome Station. Just give us a call today on 053-7277-856 or 020-320-4416. Tabia Herbal Mixture. Only say malaria fever day. Malaria fever day. We be say and not granny Tabia Herbal Mixture. And when you know yes, you are good. Maybe a typhoid fever and I say you've lost your appetite. You just need to go in for Tabia Herbal Mixture. You can get it from any pharmacy, licensed chemical shop or any herbal shop. Tabia Herbal Mixture. Let's conquer malaria. Time for you to save some money. Electroland says if you're looking for the best Samsung products, we have them in all our showrooms all over the country. We are giving you the opportunity to save some money. As the city rises, Samsung prices drop, so get double price cuts on LED smart TVs, 4K UHD, stunning QLEDs, and even OLEDs. You can grab a Samsung OLED 65, 77, or 83 inches and walk away with a free projector and a big discount. Don't miss out. Washington in the Electroland showroom and authorized Samsung dealers nationwide. Call 050-315-9739. Samsung kickoff promo. It's game on for savings. Now, one thing we often buy on the streets, but there's something that is said that as you go out there, buyer, please beware. Look out for things, ask questions, so you don't find yourself in trouble. Take receipts. Take receipts. Let's go on the lines now. If you've got anything to share with us this morning, just give us a call. I mean, the most important thing is that the brother man has been granted bail, obviously not exonerated, but he is at least free in the time being to go about his activities. 024-680-7545, 024-680-7545. I don't know what you want to share with us in regards to this particular one. Good morning to you, Akuya Mwating. I know you are troublesome. You are worried that it hurts you that I'm able to speak some of the terms you speak, but that's fine. I mean, it happens, right? It hurts Akuya that I'm able to mention some of the law terms she's able to mention. But Enyashi, Ube say no lie. Bibi Abe fine. Ube fine, right? Yes. Let's try with the phone lines now and let's see today. Anyway. 024-680-7545, 024-680-7545. Do we have a caller? Okay. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, YDJ.
Yes, sir, welcome. How are you?
I'm cool, and you?
I'm doing very well. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Alright, my name is Bemaya Fashion, calling from Kwadasu.
Bemaya, let's hear you.
Oh, okay. What I want to say is, let me say, Ghanaians, when we go out there to buy something, and we see if maybe the thing is cheap, and we know that I can afford this one, I can afford this one, so we are not not paying attention to ask for a receipt from the owner of the thing that we want to buy, all because we get the thing at a lower price. So all we have to do is, I've got this thing at a lower price, so let me pay it fast, quickly, so that I can take it away. So for what you people are, teaching us, we've learned more things about it. So we have to pay attention to everything that we go out there to buy, whether it's cheap or expensive. We have to ask about everything about it so that it won't bring any problem to us. And why?
Yeah, thank you very much, Bema, for calling this morning. You can also give us a call. Let's get talking. And so, hello, good morning.
Good morning, NY.
Yes, sir. Welcome. How are you? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Urako Johnny.
Urako Johnny, Tiwe.
NY.
Minia.
Miti. Mr. Mula said, so chinchin, yes, and chinchin so.
And those were saying,
Shall Uberto Vich Madamuno. Yes, is a Wakutono in the Afro baby. I would see getting in a Bakwasha on my brown Fasuia.
So bet me, I got top veterans and now who has some near cho.
And so chinchin or 70 dear Kautia, you go to me, call baby. So I just said, so chinchin, and then this is a walk up. I didn't be able to be a Pehum city. You know, what's in Baba? Tidas so chinchin, yes, and chinchin so. The baby and Madame Sidimbrem. They buy now coin and visiting in a win and a toy and cotton bill for officer. And I said, Omusho, a friend is a Musho room. I mean, this and Cabell stress with me now. Showroom, and betting me, Uncle Talk how. And you told me, how to them for problem. All because of brand, not in the Muna, yo, Shatta, the Don, so Lamika say now, Chiasem Kutu.
The Don, the Hawana.
I made a foot tuna, made a made today.
How can you advise the richest man in Ghana?
You know, so change, yes, it's so.
Okay, Martin.
There's also the church or since there's also the
also say
Eka.
I say so chinchin
so. And yes, sir.
Yeah. Let's go. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, best DJ. And I guess your boy Doctor and what we are supposed to tweet. And
Doctor Nyamia do mamintiwe.
And I wouldn't be. Me no brava kunaya jim. I'm repping it. Shut up, epe casta do. Asemenya asema ishiku aba. And 24 Ghana and 24 wow. Who a public figure. O tenya singa de beti nyama ya bonche to swate. Na sasa mimi kana no sunti e otebi na no sunti no kasata. Ye wadigu onuma. Ye wadigu oni so ye un video. Reti ye jani se no I was order EOCO for boss na fina ogboni di no. Ete o me na kasa correct. Who say ente. Who nim asia be ballet no asado to bomb. Who no asado to bomb la. I am going to cut the France no me dem nyada the France mo na nka to kasa too much. Blend na me head one that's.
All right, Marty. Hey. Charlie.
Over you. Speechless.
I mean
anyway, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Welcome. What's your name, sir?
Please, my name is Paul.
Paul, please, where are you calling from? Talk to us.
I'm calling from Aluga.
All right, Paul, talk to us.
Please, I want to ask a question.
Yo, go ahead.
Yeah, my question is, if you are to buy a new Lamborghini from the showroom, how much does it cost?
Hey, it depends on the brand.
Oh, okay.
The model and all that. The year and all that.
So with the 2019 on, how much?
That should be over. It should be over $300,000, depending on the specifications. Like it's from within $300,000 to $500,000.
Oh, okay. Because I don't get it. If you are to buy a car worth of that amount and you are saying you don't have a receipt, it's some way.
I mean, coughing up the amount of money there, at least you need to have a receipt.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you very much. So it means you are casting doubt about Shatta Wale's, possession of that car, and he being a rightful owner to that particular car. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Yes, sir. Your name and where are you calling from?
Hello,
yes, hello, good morning. Can you hear me? Yes, welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Anyway, I'm modding from Bekwase.
All right, from Bekwase, talk to us.
Anyway, I said, the leader about the kind of what do you say? No, I say you sue. Anyway, Shatta, I said, or Casadodom. Or Casadebiano, Percent Bibias, or Nonanka, in fancy Wikibiano, only in the board. I said, Bibiani, a catch and say, no, to an Casa will be all dance or rest to my own in Wasem. He said, Lamborghini Urus and I'm discussing so wine or a patch up at Investment. I didn't know, oh, maybe as I offer. Say do this from January Koto say you.
No, so far there.
You to manify. Abra catching so nipa se ko nya such an enya wo such a Mate Shatta Wale.
All right, Mate. Thank you very much for your call. But I think that there's one thing we need to put on record. Say, car no enya stolen car. Nipa we akazo akoto stolen car, akoto car area. Debi wan akoto car area. Dia ebane say car na akoto eno. Only a chrono talk and a discar on your free fraud and now chrono diem and a toy. What you say? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Welcome. What's your name, boss?
My name is Kofi Boateng. I'm from Kuma, France.
Kofi, talk to us.
What do you say? Mami, can you keep crying? Shatta Wale, maybe I will do no. Enya car, tourneys, and money be what to Rolls Royce. They be now saying, what to cars, now say you show video, no be a shit. And you're like, so just as this time when his car show now before Wabushing. Oh, where's our Codiana? Codiana, when Jack car 20 animals. For no life. But lawyer at least so I was able to move over you seat. When we asked our lawyer there, at least I was able to move I was over you seat.
Matthias, thank you very much. I'm not able to pick any other call because our time is up. So, good morning to you, my brother Bernard Watcher. Bernard shares with me, the Lamborghini Urus, the 2019. That's the starting price. That was around 203,995. So, like I said, people were going for certain customizations and all that. So it ranges from around $210,000 to a certain amount, depending on what you want in the car, and maybe the interior, the rims, exactly whatever it is you want.
Is it third hand?
I mean,
how many people have used the car before you? That's where the mileage also comes into.
I mean, typically for Ghanaians, often we buy second hand
cars.
But from a fraudulent enterprise, it could be a new car.
Of course, I mean, for a fraudulent enterprise, most of the time it will be because almost cut into they will buy a new one. Let me pick your final thoughts. I mean, going forward, what will be your advice? We are not supposed to advise Shatta Wale, but what will be your advice to Shatta and his team, of course, because from whatever statement it is that Sammy Flex came out to say and what EOCO is saying, it means Sammy Flex lied to us. But what will be your advice to the team?
I think a lot of people out there dream from the cause that we've look Kasatentin Dawson. And Shatta needs to concentrate on his craft. I mean, he's so super talented. I mean, what he has done and has been able to do, very few musicians can do that. So he should concentrate more on his music. I mean, if you want to create news around you, I mean, you've been in this industry for more than a decade and you know how to pull some strings, push news around you. I mean, such stuff is so unnecessary. At any point in time, or your artist, you try to manage the news around you. Nina constitute your brand. Now and then, if somebody is bringing $1 million deal, if you Google your name, Shatta Wale, what is going to pop up? Such as Never Be Brave will be on hold, brand ambassadorial deals and all that. So there is a lot to lose in all these kind of negative news than to gain, because if you are looking for popularity, you are already popular. So Ghana, I am both the first, I am both the second. So what I say, so you should be able to manage news around him, and you should stop the podcast. Please, Shatta, I love you. We all love you. Stop the podcast. You are over talented to be concentrating on podcasts.
Listen, all over the world, super talented people still do podcasts. So for me, dear, once he wants to do it,
if you are invited, go. No. But one can have podcast in there.
Listen, Shatta Wale,
you are a talkative.
Shatta Wale, you can have your podcast, have other guests on it. You can talk about anything you want to talk about, but it just needs to be measured as to whatever it is you are talking about.
to a base
but it has to be measured. In some be or where about Shatta Wale case here, many waka in the back, many waka. But men can reduce. So the same way Shatta Wale can sit and say all that he wants to say, but he has to be measured as to what he talks about.
But is he somebody?
He's not content.
Is he somebody who can?
If you want to do podcast, you have to have
the things that he wants to say out there.
No, do not have content and not answer blabbing.
Nobody should prevent Shatta Wale from speaking about whatever he wants to speak about. But the point is, he will be responsible for whatever he says. That's all I want to say.
Okay.
He will be responsible for whatever he wants to say. I
know this popular adage which says that, or it's a proverb, which says that when a fool remains silent, they can be perceived as wise. This is an old saying, often found in various proverbs and other things, which actually highlights the value in silence in certain situations, particularly when one might otherwise reveal certain things through speaking. Essentially, if you're able to hold back your tongue, it creates an impression of intelligence and certain things that may not be used against you anywhere.
Okay.
I am saying this to say that Kasanene life no just trying to explain yourself to appease your fans.
People who don't really matter.
Making so my fans then will say I am. Please, there are certain situations that you must deal with by exercising decorum in everything that you do.
Alright, there are certain things you need to do by exercising decorum. This message is coming in from Westcon Queen, who says, think about yourselves, bro. I see Andre home, Namunjai Shatta Wale, Namu the Bia Shatta Wale, and some of the Makasa, Mon Dream. We are back on Monday.
It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Mr. Insurance claim no. It has put